Urgent San Francisco 49ers fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest San Francisco 49ers updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, 49ers fans, buckle up because today we're diving deep into a recent move that's got everyone talking. Yes, we're talking about the San Francisco 49ers' latest draft pick, a move that has sparked a lot of discussion, debates, and, of course, excitement among the faithful. The 49ers have always been known for their keen eye in the draft room, especially when it comes to securing talent that fits their system and philosophy. But this year, they've done something a little different, and frankly, it's got us all thinking about what's next for this team. So, what exactly happened? Well, in the fourth round of this year's NFL Draft, the 49ers selected Oregon running back Jordan James with the 147th overall pick. Now, for those of you who follow college football, you know that Oregon has been producing some pretty talented players lately, and Jordan James is no exception. He's a player that really caught the attention of scouts over the past couple of seasons, especially because of how well he fits into the 49ers' zone running scheme. And let me tell you, this wasn't a reach, at least not in the traditional sense. It's a pick that makes sense when you look at the team's needs and the overall depth of the draft class. You see, the 49ers have always had this almost compulsive love for drafting running backs, especially under head coach Kyle Shanahan. And why wouldn't they? Shanahan's offense is built around the running game, the play action, and the ability to keep defenses guessing. Over the years, we've seen how important a dynamic, versatile running back is to Shanahan's system. Think back to the days when guys like Tevin Coleman, Raheem Mostert, and, of course, Christian McCaffrey have been central to their offense. Shanahan loves a running back who can run through tackles, has good vision, and can catch the ball out of the backfield. And Jordan James, from what we've seen so far, checks a lot of those boxes. Now, let's talk a little about his background. Jordan James played at Oregon, and over the last 2 seasons, he's been a pretty consistent performer for the Ducks. He's not necessarily the fastest guy on the field, but he's got this explosive burst, this darting ability that makes him dangerous on outside runs and when he gets into open space. What really stands out is his power. James runs through tackles, leaves defenders hurting, and shows a level of physicality that Shanahan's offense definitely values. Plus, he's got good vision, which allows him to find the holes and accelerate through them. One of the most remarkable things about James, and it's something that probably caught the attention of the 49ers front office, is that he never fumbled in college. Never. Not once. For a running back, especially one who has been a workhorse at Oregon, that's a huge deal. Fumbling can be a real problem, especially in a system that demands ball security at all times. So, for Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, that kind of ball security is probably a major factor in why they were so high on him. They love players who protect the football, and James has that trait in spades. But you know, it's not just about what he does well. It's also about what he can develop into. Sure, he's a solid runner now, but there are some areas for growth. For instance, his pass-catching skills. Last year, he dropped 5 passes, which isn't ideal. But it's also not a disaster. It's something that can be polished. Shanahan's offense is complex, and a running back's ability to catch reliably out of the backfield is crucial. The good news is that James has natural hands, as some of the film shows, and with coaching, that part of his game can improve. Now, let's get a bit into the strategic aspect of this pick. With Christian McCaffrey firmly established as the workhorse, the 49ers needed to add depth behind him. Isaac Guerendo, the other running back on the roster, is promising, but they needed more talent, more options, especially for those games where McCaffrey needs a breather or if injuries strike. That's where James comes in. He's a player who, in time, could develop into a reliable complement to McCaffrey, maybe even carve out a role as a versatile runner and receiver in Shanahan's offense. And given his physical style of play, He could also be used in short yardage situations or as a power back on certain sets. But there's more to this story. The draft class as a whole this year was really deep at running back, which probably gave Lynch and Shanahan some comfort. They knew they could wait and still land a talented guy like Jordan James. According to Lynch himself, the team was very high on him, and they felt fortunate that he was still available when they picked in the 4th round. They saw in him a powerful runner with the potential to grow and adapt to their system. It's a classic Shanahan move, adding a player who might not be a star right now but has the traits and work ethic to develop into a key contributor. What's also interesting is how this pick fits into the bigger picture of the 49ers roster and their season prospects. As we look at their current roster, Christian McCaffrey is undoubtedly the centerpiece of their offense. But, as we've seen over the past few seasons, injuries and fatigue can be a real concern. Having a versatile, reliable backup who can step in and produce is vital. Remember the playoff run last year? The team's depth was tested, and having quality players ready to step up is often what separates good teams from great ones. And speaking of the season, the 49ers are entering this year with high expectations. They finished last season with a deep playoff run, falling just short of the Super Bowl after a tough loss to the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. But the core of that team, including Brock Purdy at quarterback, the stellar defense led by Nick Bosa, and the explosive playmakers on offense, remains intact. The addition of Jordan James might not make headlines right away, but in the long run, it could be a piece that helps solidify their depth and versatility. Now, let's talk about Shanahan's coaching style and what this pick says about the team's direction. Shanahan is renowned for his offensive creativity, his ability to scheme open running lanes, and his knack for developing players. He's also known for his patience with young players, especially those who show the right attitude and potential. So, don't be surprised if Jordan James gets a fair shot during training camp and preseason to show what he can do. Shanahan loves to rotate his backs, mix things up, and keep defenses on their toes. And it's not just about the present. The 49ers are building for the future, and drafting a player like James, who has a lot of room to grow, aligns perfectly with that philosophy. They're always on the lookout for hidden gems, guys who might not be the biggest names coming out of college but who can develop into key parts of their system. This is part of their long-term plan, to keep adding talent through the draft, develop players in-house, and maintain a competitive edge. Now, for you, the passionate fans, what does this all mean? Well, it's exciting because it shows that the 49ers are serious about building a balanced, versatile roster that can adapt to any situation. They're not just relying on 1 or 2 stars, they're creating depth, competition, and a team culture that values toughness and smart football. And don't forget, this draft pick also signals a message to the rest of the league. The 49ers are committed to winning, and they're not afraid to take calculated risks to improve their roster. Of course, there are some questions lingering. Will Jordan James develop into that reliable pass catcher? Can he stay healthy and avoid fumbling as he moves up to a higher level of competition? How will he fit into Shanahan's complex offense? These are questions that only time will answer. But what's clear is that the team believes in his potential, and they see him as a player who can contribute in numerous ways. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this draft pick? Do you think Jordan James will be a game-changer for the team? Are you excited about his potential, or do you think the team should have gone in a different direction? Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of the 49ers. Remember, football is all about community, and here, we're all in this together. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and inside info on your favorite team. The 49ers are always evolving, always striving for greatness, and with this latest edition, they're showing they're serious about staying at the top. So stay tuned, stay hyped, and let's see where this season takes us. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Niners!